Hi everybody, I saw these in the store and I'm always looking for something different to make, and we haven't had things like this in a long time. These aren't my favorite, but in a soup or stew or something, I can handle it. I think Thane likes them. And then I looked and I said, these are sausage tortellini. Well, that's even better because at our local Shop and Save, they have their own pork sausage. Now, this isn't in a roll like that you buy that might have seasoning and sage dominant flavors. So I'm liking this. So let's get started. I am going to make a soup. And I'm going to turn this on. First things first. Oops, I got some stuff in there. Some little celery bits. That's okay. That was just olive oil. And I'm going to show you my mirepoix. I cut up ahead of time just to save time. Of course, that would be onions and carrots and celery. And why, you might wonder, why do you have some of them in a little prep bowl to the side? Because I'm going to start, well, let's just start like this. Get my onions in first so they can wilt down a little bit. I'll put these in a couple minutes. Let me finish my thought. I have these to the side because I don't want all of this too soggy. So I save when things are almost cooked in a soup situation. Then I put these in and it gives it a little bit of texture. So these won't wilt down as much as these. I hope that makes sense. All right. And along with the onion, I am going to go ahead and put this sausage in and get things browned up. You can see the little white flecks. That is fat. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of the fat. Fat is flavor. Too much fat, that's not good. But some fat, that's good. So let's get this chopped up. I'll turn off the camera and get this quote done. And I don't think I will have to pour off some of the fat because sometimes there is too much, like in a ground meat situation, I drain it. But I don't know that I'm going to have to do that. So I'll get going. We'll go from there. Okay, I realized it's more juice than it is fat, and the onions are cooked here. This, honestly, I've been gone 2 or 3 minutes, but I'm not going to add my carrots and celery, so I want a little bit of butter too. I don't have to drain it, so I'm just going to put that big chunk in there. And now I'm going to add these, okay? Get in there. We like a lot of veg in whatever soup we're having. And I'll let that cook along with the sausage that is almost cooked through, okay? Get that butter going. It smells good. And I don't even have any seasoning in it, but that'll come a little later. I have a couple of surprises I'm going to put in here that I'm surprising myself, always. And about 3 minutes later, I'm back. This is grooving right along. Smells even better than it did before. So here's one of my surprises. Surprise to me too, like I said. I had one potato and I cut it up into little tiny pieces like that. I'm going to put that in there. Potatoes are starchy, so they help thicken things too. And speaking of thickener and flavor, Dane had bought us a chunk of, this is, wait a minute. Yeah, this is Parmesan. This is hard Parmesan. And see how the rind looks a little sauce? Whoops. He's anxious to get in the pot. Did you see him jump? Anyway, I cut off. I don't know if you can tell on my stupid light. This light. I'm doing this for 1 second. See that? I cut this off, and on purpose. I did not throw it away. It's hard as a rock. Boom. In the pot it goes. And he'll be good and flavorful, and I'll save this for another time. But now we have to add some liquid, right? I'm just going to use a little of the Better Than Bouillon. Just a little spoonful. Here, I'll just do it. Oh, I can never get this open. There it goes. This is just a regular teaspoon I'm using. So how about that much? Whatever that is. Get in there. I do this because then the heat helps take it off the spoon fully, like that, instead of me having to use my finger. There's a little tip for you. And then some water. And this is just plain cold water. How much? Well, what's the ratio you would like to see? I know I'm going to add tortellini, and I'm going to add one other thing in here too. So I'll add a little bit more. If I was only having this much, you know, stuff in the soup itself, I might stop with the water level there because I don't want too much broth compared to the veg and the sausage. But I'm going to add a dash more. And even though I didn't really fully, you know, mix up that little tab of bouillon in the soup, it'll be fine. It's probably disintegrated already. Here's what else I'm going to add. Do you like hummus? I kind of don't. You would think I do, but these are chickpeas, or AKA garbanzo beans. If you like hummus, buy a can of them, and you can make hummus lickety split. But I am going to put these in here. There they go. I rinsed that off. I put the can in here and then rinsed it, so you know. Now, where's my tortellini? Shirley, you said you were making tortellini. I'm not going to put this in. This takes 2 or 3 minutes to cook, and I'll do it at the end when this is all married together. Okay, and I have to make sure the potatoes are fully cooked, and I'll test those little buggers a little bit later. I'm not on high now. I'm going to be on like medium, I'd say. Medium. Soup likes to be hugged, not boiled. And one other thing that's going to go in a little bit later is a little bit of cheese. Actually, I should use this cheese, right? I should grate some of the same flavor profile in there, and that'll be later. Then I was looking at things, and I thought if I had kale, I think I'd put it in there. If I had some baby spinach, I might put that in there too. You do you. Do you want a squirt of tomato paste in there? Look, I had mine out. I had a little bit out, and I thought I don't want to open the whole can. And I do have a little bit of the stuff in a tube. They do sell tomato paste in a squirt, and you just use a little bit and then put it back in your refrigerator. How I do with the ginger, yeah, use ginger like that too. So, okay, let's go away for a little bit. I didn't really season yet with salt and pepper, but I will. I'll taste. I don't like to go crazy with that. So, all right, we'll see you later. All right, I'm back. The potatoes are soft. Here's my little chickpea. Yeah, they're soft all the way through. Oh, yeah. Oh, let me catch this. Here's our, you know what this is? This is that piece of cheese. Here, I'm going to get it in the light the right way. See, it's soft. Woo! And it's very flavorful. I'm going to leave it in there. But I am going to add some other things. I tasted the broth. I could use a little pinch of salt. I'm using pink Himalayan and just some regular old pepper. Pepper. I don't know why I say that every time I use it. And I realize that I really do sneeze when I use pepper. So I hope I don't sneeze right now. I thought this needed a little something else. And I'm going to put that in, but I am going to put the tortellini in. These cook pretty quick, like I said. Sausage flavor. We'll see what those are like. I'm going to keep it at the same heat level. But I did have a little baby spinach. So I gave it a really rough chop. And that, as you know, cooks super fast too. So I'll get it in there. Yeah, it looks like a little super here. Looking good. To finish, I'll taste again the broth after everything's finished. Cooking down and heating through, basically. And then I think I will add a little bit more Parmesan cheese. I'm going to turn this up a teeny bit to get it going. All right, go to sleep again. There. I was tidying up and I just realized I forgot to add the little bit more of the celery and carrots that are totally minced. And those will give it still a little bit of crunch. They won't be raw. They won't be raw though, okay. There we go. Okay. It seems to be done, all done. I took out a tortellini and I'm gonna try it. See how thick it is? It's a nice hearty soup. And I'm going to grate some cheese. I just use this little grater all the time, you guys probably know. And this will add a little bit more saltiness to it. Get off there, you. And now I'm gonna taste it. I cut it in half, and then I smell it. I'm a Jones girl, we smell everything. I should eat it off this knife, huh? That's bad for. They're a little hot though. I was worried that the pasta was overcooked, like gonna fall apart. But it's not. It's still, oh, and it's a good texture. I like it. I'll actually eat these little tortellini because they don't taste like fake. Some of them taste like weird to me. I just never really cared for them. I'd rather eat like regular tortellini or something. So, nice pot of soup. Something different, right? But just use your imagination. I think kale would go nice. I've made a kale soup that's similar to this. But that little bit of cheese at the end, darling, it's really good. All right, manja.